Good evening and welcome to St. Joseph, Missouri, home of Phil Welch Stadium, home of your St. Joseph Mustangs. The Mustangs are your 2024 Mink League champions!
You are watching St. Joseph Mustangs baseball here on YouTube. We are coming to you live from legendary Phil Welch Stadium in St. Joseph, Missouri for the conclusion of a suspended game from last Thursday, June 26th, between the Clarinda A's and your St. Joseph Mustangs. I am Truman and Jackson, alongside with me tonight Jackson Phelps, and we get a look at those replays from that game last Thursday. Left tied in the ninth, 3-3. First inning was a Jack Mosh single. Field for a base hit. Miller's going to make the turn and head for third, and he will easily be in there standing up. Was 1 for 1, had a couple of walks. And then after him, it was Darius Freeman. He rolled into a double play. Over to first, they get the speedy Freeman to roll the double play. But Logan Miller will score, and the Mustangs take their first lead. The bottom strikeout drives in a run here. When it was Jack Mosh yet again, sky one out. Center. Deep center, it's taking Macon back. Doubling the Mustangs lead. He'll make the grab. Both runners tag. Gundelfinger scores, and Miller moves up to third, and it's a quality at-bat for Jack Mosh, doubling the Mustangs. Clarinda struck in the top of the sixth after a walk and a single from Tyler Macon and Drake Cobb. Kane Wilson came through with an RBI single, cutting the Mustang lead in half.
That will score the A's
Clarinda
first.
wasn't done yet.
And throws
Top
the
of the seventh, the best hitter in the game, Drake Cobb,
oh,
came
no,
up with
that's
the bases
score.
loaded.
Tied ball
and
game.
2 away, ripped
Going
a 2-run single, gave
the A's take
Clarinda
the lead for
a
the
3-2 lead, and it looked like Clarinda was going to steal all the momentum, but Trevor McCollum came up in the bottom of the seventh. End of the bat jammed, and that'll get passed into right field by Cobb. Turking and heading for home as Mosh the throw in, not in time! To tie this game at 3, and then just before the clouds opened up, Diego de Santiago striking
Yes! That's strikeout number 3.
Colin
1, 2, 3.
Mateo with the bases loaded to get us where we are here now, Jackson.
It's going to be a good one. You got Jace Johnson out on the mound to try and get this one in. In the ninth inning, tied up. I mean, this is a perfect opportunity for the Mustangs to get 2 against the A's tonight. It's the number 1 and number 2 in the Mink League. And right now, off of a fresh win last night, a 1-run win, the Mustangs know how to play it close, and they have a little bit of that experience. The A's have had a couple of good wins in the last couple of days, but Johnson's got his cards ready to get it going tonight.
Dude, look at Johnson. Made the most appearances. This will be appearance number 14 for Mr. Johnson out of the bullpen. He's 1-0. 1 save in 14 2/3 innings. 1.23 ERA on the season, and a bewildering 25 strikeouts to just 5 walks, and opponents barely hitting just 102 against him. He has been untouchable so far on the mound. He's the right guy to go to. We saw him earlier this week, but just 2/3 of an inning back on Wednesday. Now he comes out here looking to just get an inning down, Jackson, and then the Mustangs score. And then the famous words of Ernie Banks, let's play 2.
Let's play 2 is right, and this is a good chance. Get 2 up on the number 2 squad. Cement yourself as that true number 1 team in the Mink. Great opportunity. You got Johnson, your ace, back out of the bullpen. And the bats from last night were hot. In the last couple of games as homestand, the Mustangs have known how to swing it. So if there's any time for the Mustangs to come through in a late inning, late game situation, it's right now, and they get to do it. Here with the sun blaring at Phil Welch, it's going to be a fun day of baseball, Truman.
And it's one of those things coming up. You got to have your A game quickly and you also can't you can't hang your head no matter how the outcome goes, because you got a whole nother game to play. I mean, you don't really see this. Usually suspended games, well, usually maybe one team's winning, so then they just call the game. But this one, we were headed to the 9th, but those storm clouds just rolled in, and Mother Nature reared back her ugly head. But it'll be the 2-3-4. Tyler Macon gets us started. And Jace Johnson starts him off with a strike.
It's the way to start it. Love to see from Johnson. Loves to attack hitters early. Want to see if he can continue that power.
It's actually Clayton Porschow. Porschow in for Macon, the pinch hitter. And he quickly finds himself down 0-2. Johnson, a guy you don't want to get behind on. 25 strikeouts in just 14 1/3 innings. Off the end of the bat into right field, over is Freeman, and he will make the catch for out number 1 here to resume this suspended ball game.
It was good. It was a good swing from Porschow. Just looked like he got 2 underneath that one. It hailed up just enough for Freeman to scamper on over with the speed. It was an easy play and right. Good job looking into that sun, but a clutch first out from Johnson.
Now it'll be Drake Cobb. Cobb, the best hitter in the Mink League. 5.06 average, 2 long balls, 26 RBIs on his season out of Palomar College. He's a guy who had a 2-run single in the 7th last Thursday. He was working on a 2-for-3 game with a hit by pitch. It's now 1-1, but this is definitely the situation, Jackson, you want him up in. 1 out already in the inning, nobody on.
No one on. That's very, very much a factor into this ball game for the Mustangs. They got a chance to really breathe in the infield and outfield and make some really nice plays and not have to worry about any runners on.
There's a nice breaking ball from Johnson. Johnson's so deceptive with that sidearm. Fastball, slider look the same. They both have a lot of east to west movement. You can almost call that fastball more of a cutter. Cobb looks at another one, strike 2.
Beautiful pitch from Johnson. Want to see maybe if he can try and blow that fastball in the inside half, maybe get those hands just outside enough. See if Johnson can retire 2 in a row.
Gets him reaching on the slider. Another pop over to right. Freeman's there. And it's a quick 2-up, 2 down for Jace Johnson.
Johnson's such a defensive pitcher. He really loves the defense behind him. Put that one out in the zone so it didn't even give Cobb a chance to get around on it. And 2 nice plays from Freeman and Wright. It's been showing up here. Now 2 outs. Mustangs looking to go into the bottom of the 9th and win it.
Now it'll be Kane Wilson. Wilson 1 for 4. Picking up this game. He had an RBI single back in the 6th. He's swinging first pitch, grounded in the hole. Coy's over to his right, deep short, off his back, foot in the throw, not in time. Great effort by Chris Coy, but Kane Wilson able to beat it out.
It was a good swing from Wilson, just got it past the diving glove of Gundelfinger. And Coy put a nice throw on it from deep into that shortstop area. Just Wilson with the speed. Wasn't the fastest guy in the world, but was able to get some length on the hit. Now base runner on, 2 outs for the A's.
Now to the Angelo State University attendee, Cooper Knight. Knight 0 for 3 with a sac bunt. Back on last Thursday, and he looked to lay down another one. And it's going to say it hit him. Umpire's going to get some help. Umpire did not make an immediate call. Knight definitely thought it hit him. He was immediately reaching to take off his shin guard and his elbow guard. And they're going to bring him back.
It was a late call. I mean, it was definitely kind of inside that hands around the bat area. I was surprised they even kind of let him scamper down. I mean, it was close enough, but looked like he did pull back enough, and that ball, I mean, it was too far near the plate side for it to be a hit by pitch.
Knight thought it maybe nicked his calf or his shin. But all it'll be is just ball 1. Knight had to take some time to put back on his elbow guard and his shin guard. Johnson ready at the belt. Another pitch grounded right to Jaden Little, and it's a fair ball. And after the 2-out single from Kane Wilson, Jace Johnson dials up the ground out. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we're headed to the bottom of the 9th. Mustangs a chance to walk it off. It'll be the top of the order, Logan Miller, Jack Mosh, and Darius Freeman when we come back as you're watching St. Joseph Mustangs baseball here on YouTube. Bottom of the ninth, Mustangs a chance to walk it off. Have had one walk-off win and taken 9 innings. It was actually in the 10th inning last Saturday against Sedalia. They walked it off 11-10, and just to give you folks a reminder, here was the lineup. Mustangs are working with Logan Miller, Jack Mosh, and Darius Freeman will lead it off here in the ninth, and then it was Justin George, Trevor McCollum with the game-tying hit, Chris Coy, Easton Philippi, Jaden Little, and Tyler Gundelfinger. Same pitcher for Clarinda that was dealing when Rains opened up and suspended this game, Max Johnson.
It's time to go for Miller. Get on base quick. Go after these A's.
Miller was up in the bottom of the 8th, but Tyler Gundelfinger was caught stealing. So now Miller leads it off in the 9th. And what a situation for Miller. Tweaked his hamstring last week and was hoping just to get back into routine, maybe get the DHing duties, which we'll see him get in game 2. Right here in the outfield is that one over to the first base side, but Cobb over to his right. Flips over to the Johnson for quick out number 1.
It was a good spot for Miller. I like that he took the outside pitch over to that same exact side. Just missed it off the end of the bat. But a good swing from Miller. I like the aggressiveness, just trying to swing on Johnson early. As they're trying to just go in here in the bottom of the 9th, quick win of the game, and go play second game.
That'll be Jack Mosh. Mosh was working on a 1-for-1 game with an RBI and 2 walks and a run scored. Looking to get on base as the potential winning run. Johnson on his line so far had thrown 3 innings, given up 1 run on 2 hits, walked 3, and only struck out 1. Definitely had gotten out of some jams. Mosh jammed over to left center. Back is Wilson. It's over his head. And Jack Mosh will stand up into second base with a 1-out double. And the winning run is standing in scoring position for the Stangs.
A beautiful swing. Like you said, Truman got jammed on the inside, but he drove it just enough. Mosh's bat speed is so quick here on this Mustangs lineup, one of the quickest bat speeds. He gets around on any pitch. Did just that, did his job, got over the head, and that's going to be a tough play to make in that sun. But now Darius Freeman, big bat man, is going to come out here and try and get the winning run home.
It's the right guy to do it. Darius Freeman. Wasn't having the best game. He had been 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts, and it grounded into a double play. It struck out his only time up against Johnson. Now he has a chance with 1 base hit to end this game quickly. So after the conclusion of this game, the regularly scheduled game that's played tonight will start at 7 o'clock, so we'll end the stream and have a new one up. And Freeman swinging first pitch. It's down into the gap. Mosh is going to turn and head for home. No, he's going to hold up. Johnny Coy was waving him home, but Mosh was kind of lollygagging around third. So now runners are at the corners for Justin George.
What a swing once again. These lefty batters are really attacking Johnson on that outer half of the plate. Freeman took it, got the hands around, and right back into left field. I do like the decision from Mosh to stay put. I mean, that throw came in pretty quick. He was already kind of just off the third base bag. But now, George all has to do, put a sharp ground ball past this infield or get it into the outfield and bring home the winning run.
With one out, interesting choice to have the infield, the middle infield back. But Mosh had to see that one down. So wasn't able to come home. George takes strike one on a breaking ball. George been 0 for 2. Pair of strikeouts and a pair of hit by pitches. Looks to be the hero here. Freeman's going to take off for a second. George is swinging. Clarinda would be content with letting Freeman steal second because his run does not matter.
Yeah, not at all. You know, you just cannot worry about him. It's just George right now. Really trying to focus on what you can make him do at the plate. But George right now, down 0-2, trying to protect.
Johnson needed to have his best stuff, giving up a couple of hits. And it's a called strike 3 at the knees. What a sequence by Max Johnson to get out number 2. Striking out Justin George looking.
That'll be his third on the game on the score sheet. Just right there, you got to have a sense of, hey, this is going to be close, probably trying to put a swing on it. But with runners on the corners and just an out, you kind of want to give it maybe a little bit. Maybe McCollum can see a better pitch, but he's got to drive it in as a hit.
Now it'll be Trevor McCollum trying to play the hero. He tied the game in the 7th. He's first pitch swinging as well. Mustangs have come out aggressive, trying to attack Johnson early. One hit is all that they need. McCollum had been 1 for 3 with that game-tying RBI single in the 7th. He had also walked and stolen a base back in the 4th. Breaking ball outside. Freeman moves up to second on the defensive indifference. The only run that matters is Jack Mosh standing on third. One breaking ball just misses low. Now 2-1.
Good take there by McCollum. It kind of cut in at the last second. Even up here, it looks close. Now he's ahead. 2 balls and a strike on Johnson. Want to see maybe if he can find something in the zone. Maybe Johnson makes a mistake.
Ground ball right side, and it will get through into right field. And there it is. Trevor McCollum is the hero. A game that started last Thursday and finishes up 10 days later. Trevor McCollum with the walk-off RBI single.
And why not, Mr. McCollum, right there. Like you said, put it right down the zone as Johnson found the mistake pitch and just drove it past the glove into right field. Beautiful piece of hitting in this inning for the Mustangs. You had the double from Mosh, single from Freeman, and then the walk-off single from Trevor McCollum. What a nice little inning to call baseball with you, Truman. It was fun to watch. Another win on the Mink League for the Mustangs, and what a big one against the A's. And they have an opportunity to get 2 in a row against the second-place team coming up at 7.
Trevor McCollum sends the fans home happy and quickly. Just 20 minutes it took to find a winner here in Game 1. As the Mustangs improve, saddle up, Mustangs Nation. Your Mustangs improved to 23-5 overall and 18-4 in the Mink. Clarinda falls to 18-11 and 15-8. They are now 4 games back of first place Stangs. That'll do it for us here in Game 1. We'll be back at it at 7 o'clock for Game 2 here between the Clarinda A's and your St. Joseph Mustangs. Trevor McCollum, the hero. Jace Johnson gets the win.